So, what do you think of the NBA Finals so far? The matchup,
Oh,
Boston
I
versus
can't
Golden.
wait, dude. I can't wait. I'm licking my chops. I just went on, for Memorial Day. I was out of town for a little bit, and I can't believe I didn't make a preview video yesterday. I cannot wait to make a preview video. But this is as good as it can get. Boston's the best team the Golden State Warriors have faced. So I like Jimmy Butler. I hope we talk a little bit about Butler and the way the Heat series ended, but I am much more happy that it's the Celtics. So, yeah, how about
So,
yourself?
I love it. Obviously, like my dad's a huge Boston Celtics fan. He went to school in Cambridge, like at MIT in Bentley in the '80s, and his like roommate, what his dad worked for the front office. So my dad in his office actually over there, I could go grab like pictures of him sitting behind the Celtics bench in the '80s.
Ooh,
So
hell yeah.
my dad's like a huge Celtics fan. I like the Celtics, but because they were always good in my lifetime, I never really like was a guy. Like I like them, but I always wanted to be more of a Magic, Timberwolves, Wizards fan because I like the underdogs. I like being a fan of a bad team that becomes good.
Mhm.
But I'm very happy that Celtics get there because what is it? They went with Brad Stevens 2 or 3 times to the conference finals. They went twice with Isaiah Thomas, right?
Yeah, they went at least twice.
Twice with Isaiah, once with Kyrie, right?
Did they make? I don't know. I actually don't know. It's a good question.
So I'm happy that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown finally got over the hump. This is something that they've needed to get over the hump. This is legacy cementing, obviously, for the Boston Celtics duo. And you remember I don't know if you saw the Twitter video of when they're hugging and they're going, they thought we couldn't do it. They thought we couldn't play together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And was a very emotional moment. I thought that was it was awesome. It was awesome. And like you said, we got to talk about the Jimmy Butler thing because you could say the same thing. I was watching that game and I wanted Jimmy Butler to hit that shot.
Hmm. Yeah.
And when I look at this series, and this we'll go into right here, we'll talk about what we predict from this series. Is this Boston Celtics team is going to be very reminiscent, and the series I think is going to be reminiscent to the Memphis Grizzlies series. How Memphis was probably the toughest opponent the Warriors had during the playoffs, and it was due to their switchability, their ability also to impose their physical will. But it was mainly, you remember Brendan Clark, Jaren Jackson Jr., they were able to go out on the perimeter and switch and keep up with the Warriors, like all out space. And I think really it's going to be Derek White who is going to have to force the Warriors to beat, he's going to have to beat the Warriors because they're going to let Derek White sit on an island because he went what, like 0-8 multiple times from three this playoffs.
That's so surprising to me because I know Derek White's. I know he's a good basketball player.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love him. He's hustle king. He's just, some nights he hits everything, and some nights he's literally ice cold.
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder what it would be looking like. First off, what's good, Swaggy, and I think that's Shade Texan. What's good? How you guys doing? But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they would be where they are right. I know Tyson White aren't like crazy players, but I don't know if they'd be exactly where they are right now, or maybe it wouldn't have been as easy. Like those are two really critical players for them. Just adding more depth. I mean, think about who they had before that. It was like Ennis Cantor, who's garbage. Dennis, or was it Schroeder, who's he's
Schroeder, yeah.
solid. Yeah, he's solid. And then Bruno.
Okay, so the odds to the NBA Finals, they're running down below, but I'll just spread for the Warriors for game one. This is game one, ladies and gentlemen. Game one. The Warriors are 9-0 at the Chase Center in the playoffs. They're a favorite to win as they are, like I said, 9-0, and they're also 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games. So the over-under is 211.5, and money line's negative 175 for the Warriors, plus 146 for the Celtics. Taking game one not Oracle, I guess this is Chase Center. This is the Chase Center. What do you got?
Um, I'm gonna go Golden State. I think that's why they I think that's going to be a reason why they win it. Here's my thoughts on this series summed up. I think that if so first off, I don't know if you listen to Draymond Green's podcast, but basically
bits and pieces.
He was kind of saying like, people don't watch Steph, people don't watch the Warriors. They think that he needs the Finals MVP this year to validate himself, like cement his legacy. I think Finals MVP would be crazy for Steph, and I really want him to win it. And even just as far as winning the series goes, I think it'll be like probably 7 games. I think Golden State probably cleans it 7th game. But they absolutely need, as we were saying, Boston is the best team Golden State will play, or has played, I should say. They need Klay Thompson to get going. Whoa, what is that?
John Madden's the
cool.
Madden. I just want to show you that. Continue.
That's sweet. I think Klay Thompson, if they don't get Klay Thompson going, it's over. I think Boston will surprise them, because if Klay's not going, Steph isn't going to be able to do his thing. When the offense is working as everyone together, and you have guys like Klay making his shots like we saw at the end of last series, and you have guys like Jordan Poole contributing, it makes not only them all feel like they're contributing and feeling, like they're helping out, and it gets the chemistry, it gets them all boosted, but it really allows Steph Curry to just kind of do Steph Curry things. I mean, even just his presence alone is enough. And if you got Klay Thompson making 5 threes a game, you got Jordan Poole coming off the bench for 20, it's going to make it a lot more difficult. And you got Wiggins, Dre, they're chipping away as well. I just think it's going to be a great series, but I'm really hoping that Boston's inexperience in this position and Golden State's veterans and their core being together and have played for so long and being in this spotlight before, I think that's what gives them the edge, because Boston's a really good basketball team, man. They are a great defense, and they know exactly what do they have, the best record since against the Warriors since something like that.
I think 2018.
2018, okay. So they're going to make it really tough, but I'm hoping Brown and Tatum not like fumble, but I'm hoping that they just aren't playing at their peak performance, because they're those dudes.
So we saw I'm going to pull up a few. First off, both teams have a turnover rate of 15%. I think the Warriors at 14.6. No, I think the Boston are at 14.6, and the Warriors are both at 15%. Both teams turn over the ball 15% of their possessions out of 100, I believe the stat is. Second off, we saw Draymond Green guard Jalen Brunson while Andrew Wiggins guard Luka Doncic. So that gives us an idea that Draymond Green will probably guard Jaylen Brown and Andrew Wiggins will guard Jason Tatum. And this, like I previously mentioned, what they're going to be doing is, the reason Draymond guarded Jalen Brunson was because the Mavericks love to do guard-on-guard screens where they have another guard literally set a pick on another guard and just try to create mismatches. So that's what they were trying to, offset with Draymond being on Jalen Brunson. I expect Jaylen Brown and, like I previously mentioned, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum to be the focal point of the defensive attack for the Warriors. And that will leave Al Horford. Robert Williams, he looked really bad coming back from injury. He doesn't look like himself. So I can't give any prediction on what Robert Williams will see. I don't know if we'll see like the dominant rim protecting, rim dunking, rim running guy that is in Robert Williams, or we'll see this kind of passive Robert Williams that we saw in the Game 7 against the Miami Heat. But I think it will come down to Grant Williams, Derek White being off ball, as well as Al Horford, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. When they go ISO, what they're going to do is whoever's guarding Derek White and Jason Tatum are going to start out, do their little ISO mumble jumble at the top of the key, and when they attack, whoever's guarding Derek White or maybe even Al Horford is going to leave that guy in double, either Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. And when they do that, they're going to leave Al Horford or Derek White, as they're their two worst three-pointing shooters in the 7-man rotation that the Celtics use, on an island and just dare them to shoot the ball. And I think this will come down to the way the Boston Celtics will have to beat them is obviously Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown will have to play good. Second off, they got to stop handing the ball over. Like Jaylen Brown, he worked on his game so much, but his ball handling has regressed. He literally sometimes goes from being a tight dribbler to just sloppy and just hands the ball over to the other team. And we saw that multiple times against the Miami Heat, where instead of, like, you know how the Warriors turnovers are because they try to do too much or make the beautiful play always, and like it'll be like Steph trying to thread the needle between three guys. While the Celtics, their turnovers are Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown driving to the paint and then just forgetting how to dribble for a second. And then, oh, here you go, have the ball. And I think you got to cut down on the turnovers. And if you watch the Ime Udoka press conferences, he's always just literally just berating his team. He's like, we got to stop the turnovers. It's the whole team. We need to stop the turnovers. I think whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win this playoffs. Second, if the Celtics are going to win this, it's because Derek White, Grant Williams, Al Horford will be hitting their 3-point shots. I think that's because you have to think about it. It's all it's going to be is Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown scoring both 20 points. And when they're not scoring, it's going to be driving kicks because they're going to get double teamed. When they get double teamed, they're going to be leaving Al Horford or Derek White wide open because they're going to tell Derek White just to shoot it every time. They're going to be like, Derek White, you can take his. You remember how the Cavs used to leave Draymond Green on an island in the playoffs? They're going to just do that to Derek White. They're going to be like, Derek White, you can just stand in the corner. And the Celtics are going to be. If I was Derek White, I would be in the gym on the the gun. What the gun is?
No.
It's it's the thing you shoot and it shoots the ball back at you.
Oh, yeah.
It's called. It might have a different name. We call it me and my friend call it the gun when we use it at the rec, where you can like put up.
You can use that at the rec.
Yeah, my rec center at school has a gun. Has like 2 guns. We just
go. Oh hell yeah! Wow.
Yes. So sometimes I'll show up at like 7 a.m. and put up like 1,000 shots till 9 o'clock.
Damn.
Yeah, my roommate, when he used to play high school basketball, he could have gone to like Dartmouth and like Central Arkansas for D1, but he was like, I used to have to hit 1,000 shots every game day and bring my like printout to his coach that he hit 90%, so he could have a green light during the games.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah,
wow.
He's like, my coach wouldn't let me have a green light or take as many shots as I wanted unless I showed him that I hit. He was like, I think it was 3 times that week leading up to the game that he could hit 90% of 1,000 shots.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that way he could have a green light in games and be just pulling up anywhere.
That's dedication and talent.
I used to be an okay basketball player, and ever since I became friends with my current roommate, and he started teaching me just like little small things. Oh my god, just like how to move your hips on defense to like just proper just shit that you wouldn't even think about, how when you're driving, how to carry the ball so it won't get stripped and shit like that. Like he's really funny to watch at the rec, just work people all the time without like breaking a sweat.
We're gonna have to 1v1. Whenever I meet you in person, we're gonna have to 1v1 right there on the spot.
I'm down.
Because all I can do is shoot. That's it. That is literally it. Yeah.
I'm like King Hustle. All I do is rebound. Also, this is like so unhealthy.
Yeah, what is that? Oh, you got you're double cannon the Red Bulls?
Yeah, but I got like
one of them's huge. Damn, I'd love it. I gotta stop drinking Red Bull. I just like it.
I love it, but my sister got me freaked out.
Why?
Because my stomach was hurting, and I had gone a week and a half drinking them straight, and she was like, yeah, I got like a bladder infection from drinking too much Red Bull. She told me. And I was like, you're lying. And my sister's like 24.
Oh,
like,
no.
Way. And that's why like last week and for like a week and a half, I was drinking coffee only. Because I was like, I'm going to take a 2-week break off of Red Bull.
Damn. All right. Yeah, I'm done with Red Bull. I had my last one last night. All right.
So, but she said it's fine to have them like 3 to 4 times a week, but don't be drinking them religiously.
Yeah.
Which is like my problem sometimes. I love studying with a Red Bull.
It's immediate. It's fast acting. Tastes all right.
It doesn't make me shit my pants like coffee does.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
When I drink a Red Bull, whenever I drink coffee, I have like 5 minutes to find the nearest bathroom.
It's for real though. I don't know how people bring like. I always wondered in class like how the hell are people drinking like a full freaking iced coffee? Like what?
They had to have shit before they came. They had to have Oreo shit.
They're like coming right from the bath. They must be coming from the bathroom from it. That's like my least favorite thing in class is like having to. No, I'm all set with that. So I never did that. I never brought a coffee to class, although I always wanted to. It's just something I could never pull off.
I have brought coffee to class, but every time I've ever brought coffee to class, I've made sure to bring gum or Tic Tacs because coffee breath is the worst.
It is the worst. I hate that shit so much. That's good. I've never thought of that, so I got to start just carrying some on me.
Dude, literally greatest thing I've ever done was I'm literally pulling this out of my backpack right now because I know it's in here.
God. Are you back in Kansas or?
No, I'm right now at my dad's house. I just went downstairs. You always just got to carry gum on you.
Those are tasty things right there.
Yeah, I'm like a huge proponent of always carrying gum.
I love the way those things taste, or like I love like the first few bites of those.
Yeah, because they're like hard. Now, so what is your prediction? Game 6 or Game 7 or series for the Warriors? Obviously, you chose Warriors.
Warriors sweep. No, I'll go Warriors in 7. I think we're gonna get a good back and forth. Every game will be good.
I think if it goes to 7, it'll be the Boston Celtics. But I think if it goes to 6 games or even 5 games, it's the Warriors. I just think the longer you drag this out, the better for the Celtics. What is it? The Celtics have already had 2 Game 7 series.
Okay.
Warriors haven't had a single Game 7 in this playoffs. So I just think the Boston Celtics, they want to go to distance. They're built to go to distance.
Okay.
And I think the Warriors, if they were pushed to the distance, they haven't been tested to that limit yet, while the Celtics have been tested twice. Plus, who has more to lose in this finals? I think the Warriors have more to lose.
Yeah.
And from a legacy standpoint, this finals is way more heavy way more impactful for the Warriors players as they came back. But with the Celtics, they're still young. You know, it would just look like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown effed up their first time. They'll get it again. They really have nothing to lose. They've exceeded expectations. While the Warriors, isn't this kind of to be expected with a fully healthy Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green? So I think there's more on the line for the Warriors, while the Celtics are guys playing with nothing to lose, and I think that's something scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget about all-star starter Andrew Wiggins, though.
I don't even think you call him. This is a different guy than all-star starter Andrew Wiggins. This is playoff Andrew Wiggins. This is ice in his veins Andrew Wiggins. This is Andrew Wiggins with vengeance. Andrew Wiggins angry. I made a video that geeked me out where like the first 30 seconds were just like Andrew Wiggins lost a 10-year, $180 million contract with Adidas and is now sponsored by a Chinese shoe company called Peak.
What?
He lost his, like, when he got traded from the Timberwolves to the Warriors, Adidas terminated his 10-year, $180 million contract with them. Like, he had a shoe deal. And
idiots.
I mean, I think they had some reasons. He probably wasn't pushing any shoes, and they hadn't given him a signature shoe yet. And he signed probably a very small multi-million-dollar deal, still very probably well paid, with this company called Peak. They're like bright banana yellow shoes. They are horrendous.
Perfect.
But yeah, wouldn't that suck? 10 years, $180 million. They just goodbye your 18 mil a year.
It's like a vasectomy. Just rip them off. Cut them off. Tough.